I have been proposing to my GF for 6 months. Originally posted by you, Operation Wingspan in arc true off my chest on March 1st. 23. Updated March 10th. Edit. Sorry. I was having a hard time getting the formatting right for the comments section explaining his puzzles. Got that added now. I have been proposing to my GF for 6 months. Original post. I, 25M, will be in a relationship with my GF, 24F, for 10 years this month. She has been the greatest treasure in my life and I cannot imagine my life without her. She was my first true love and, while I didn't know it at the time, it was at first sight for me when I was only 12 years old. I've also known I wanted to marry her for years. But our situation was never right for it. We were both living with our parents, saving up for if and when we'd get a place of our own. We've now been living together happily for well over a year. And I know I want to ask her to marry me at our upcoming weekend getaway to commemorate our 10 years anniversary. Truth be told, I've known this for almost 8 months, before any getaway was even planned. When I started working on my proposal in August, I wanted to make sure it was special, without becoming something she could predict reliably. I am pretty experienced at setting coded messages and she greatly enjoys receiving tokens of affection, however small. So eventually, I settled on a 6-month proposal plan that I dubbed Operation Wingspan. Hence the username. Every single day, I'd give her a sweet handwritten note to wake up to, all marked with a date in varying date notations. 1712, 20 halves, 310, etc., all with a different text. Each note would have a letter indicated by said date notation. I would clue this solving method on the last dated note she'd receive, and when combined, solved correctly, these notes would spell out the text. Translated. My dear GF, today, on the 10th of March 2023 on our trip through getaway location, I want to ask you to marry me after 10 years. I love you and want you by my side for the rest of my life. GF, will you marry me? Quote, the day after the final, dated, note. I'd properly ask the question at this scenic view along a nature trail that we intend to walk. I've less than 10 notes left to give. I'm both ecstatic and extremely nervous to ask the question proper and to reveal what I have been doing for the past 6 months. I hope I surprise her with the act. I hope she likes the ring I bought her. I hope she enjoys the puzzle I've left her. But most importantly, I really hope she will say yes. In the comments. She's brilliant, and while not necessarily a massive fan of puzzles like this, she does enjoy solving them if presented. The fact she's not been looking for a solution right away is what I've been counting on. A little cold sweat smile. I would also love to see the clues and how this was done without her working it out before the date. Oop. Thank you for the kind words. To answer your question, had it been in English, I would love to open up the private subreddit fully after the fact, but it isn't, so that'd make it tough to decipher knowing you're on the right track. It also adds some personal info that I prefer not to share, though I could likely mask that by omitting the dates and notes in question. I can translate the final note I'm giving that clues in that there's more to these though, and maybe provide a few examples. Here's the former 179 notes, and date by date, they all spell out my love for you. Pictures of some of the notes. Example 1. Answer. Empty space. J. Example 2. Answer. Empty space. O. Example 3. Answer. Empty space. M. Example 4. Answer. Empty space. I. Edit. Right image with the right answer this time. Also added some empty space to not give away the answer through the length of the spoiler box. Update 9 days later. A little over a week ago, I posted here about how I have been proposing to my girlfriend for the past 6 months. Today, I've popped the question for real. We had a rocky start of the day, but we eventually started our trek through Scotland. We'd rented a car with the intent of visiting the beautiful nature of the Highlands. I was nervous the whole day and could barely sleep the night prior. And my inexperience driving on the left side and the roads being a bit tight here and there didn't help matters much either. After a few stops on the way up north, we eventually arrived at Altenafed, where, while she was taking pictures of the gorgeous landscape, including the vast plains, the imposing mountainside and this tiny white house to offset against it. Look it up if you haven't heard of it. It's magnificent. At one point, when she was with her back towards me to focus on the picture and the nearby area was devoid of other people, I got down on one knee and was ready to pop the question, trying, and failing, to use the line that I had conjured over nearly 180 notes. Upon turning back to me, she was in complete awe when she saw me, and could barely utter a single word after I asked the question, and just nodded instead, and followed it up with a soft yes. She mentioned to me after the shock died down that she didn't hear anything I said, only registering her name and the word, Mary. Her face was frozen with this smile of utter disbelief once she put on the ring, which she absolutely loves. It took well over 20 minutes until she was able to speak cohesively again. We took some more pictures and videos before heading back to the car, where I could finally tell how she could have known for almost 6 months. As I was telling her about the work I'd done, without giving away the solving method, you could see the wheels turn in her head. However, with the emotion and disbelief of the proposal still dominating her thoughts, her processing speed was very slow. Still, once she knew it was a puzzle, she desperately wanted to solve it. After some more giddy talking and eventually driving to our next hotel, I provided her with the final clue again and some of the notes. I'd informed the hotel of my intents upon reservation, so they'd been so nice as to set a congratulatory gift in the form of chocolate-covered strawberries and more delicious fruit. Once she started solving, it took her a bit to understand, but eventually she figured out how to solve the puzzle and it made her even happier. Right now, she's fast asleep cuddling up to me, exhausted from the tumultuous day, while I am writing this update for all of you and for myself to process it all as well. I feel like the luckiest man in the world. Edit in advance. For those wondering why it's 180 and not 183, half of 365, I asked 2 days early so I wouldn't be on edge the entire weekend, and February is a thing. Reminder: do not comment on the original posts or contact the original poster. I am not the original poster. This is a repost. Brave man. Relying on the weather in Scotland to back him up for a proposal. That was sweet. Hope it all works out for them. No evil mother-in-law or loveless relationship? How incredibly nice to see such a heartwarming story and hopeful start to a wonderful marriage. Good luck to Oop and his fiancée. Translation for folks. Please note I am second language Dutch. I may have missed a nuance, but I don't think so. Message 1. Thank you for being with me. Message 2. Every love story is lovely, but ours is my favorite. Message 3. May I give you a kiss? Message 4. I imagine my future together with you every day. Cute story. I don't get how the date notation indicates a letter though. Oh my lord. Guys, it can work out. At? That's adorable. I love the 2 days early. How unexpectedly sweet. Gonna end my Reddit browsing on this note. This is so very sweet. and completely different from what I expected from the title. I was picturing some guy constantly proposing over the course of 6 months, refusing to take no for an answer because he knew she didn't mean it. He knew better. Whatever. So I was really braced for a train wreck, which made this even better and sweeter in the end. Did anyone else read the title and think it was going to be about the guy who kept being told his proposals weren't good enough, so he would keep redoing it, hoping she'd finally say yes? I am so damn glad I was not correct. This story is so lovely and adorable. I was so surprised when the notes were written in Dutch. There are obviously people in the Netherlands who are truly romantic, but for most people in the Netherlands, their love language is fairly time-efficient and pragmatic. Not many men here would leave sweet and thoughtful notes every day for 6 months. I hope that both partners will continue to surprise each other in wholesome ways for the next 60 years. It really is so wonderful to see that there are people in this world who truly understand what loving someone really means. Congrats, and here's hoping for a wonderful life for the both of you. Woman with veil, person in tuxedo, male sign, couple with heart, woman, man. Very confused why he proposed before the solving, but sweet nonetheless. Reminds me of that story where the woman was given a handmade wooden pendant, wearing it for 2 years before he proposes, and opened it to reveal that she'd been carrying the ring all that time. Now I need a movie and a few thousand fanfics about them. I love this. Always nice to read a positive, lovely story here. Aldnafed in Scotland, where Oop proposed, is indeed beautiful. Why is it always surprising when someone is happy on Reddit? This was a sweet proposal. I wish them both all the best for their future together. I thought from the title it was a pathetic story of a guy nagging his GF. What? Healthy and cute proposal? I thought by the title that this was going to be a super entitled BF who kept repeatedly proposing and getting rejected. But this was a very pleasant, fun, and sweet surprise. I love BORU posts like this. God, I can't imagine being so happy about anything that I'm just speechless for a full-on half hour. Maybe if I won the lottery? Man, she had to hold on to all 6 months of those notes for the secret message to work. Good thing she didn't toss them, lol.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Heracast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.